wanted to get in basically talking about the Comic-Con more so as far as like what the takeaways, talking about like Marvel, what their plan
Mhm.
is, Kevin Feige's plan for the next 7 years.
Yeah.
There was a lot that he said as far as like movies that are coming out and kind of strategies as far as that we're gonna do. So I'll just name a couple of things that we could go off of, and then we'll just pick from there.
Okay.
So yeah, he has like a 7 year plan. So we're still gonna get. I mean, obviously, we're still gonna get the Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I like how they revealed that they're going back to the traditional Spider-Man suit as you saw on,
Finally.
Tom
Mm.
Holland.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get Avengers Doomsday. That's still coming out next year. We're gonna get Avengers Secret War in 2027. We're getting an X-Men movie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Getting Black Panther 3, Doctor Strange 3. We're still getting Blade. And then we're gonna get another Deadpool project. That's already been confirmed. Uh, and then also they're scaling back on Marvel TV shows. They're gonna look to do one a year instead of however many they do, like 3 or 4 a year. They're only looking to do one per year.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I like the TV show thing. I think that wasn't the problem. The
Mm.
problem was they were making TV shows about characters that people didn't care too
No,
much for. But I
yeah,
enjoyed the TV shows. Moon Knight, it was good and was needed. Um, I think WandaVision was good. Loki was good. So I don't think they need to scale back. I think they just need to do it right. And they stop doing too much and trying to connect everything. Just have the TV show be the TV show. Like it doesn't have to connect.
I think they were scared to keep doing the TV shows because it might have been losing money.
Yeah,
Because look, the TV shows get a movie budget, but if no one's really watching, then what's the point of having the TV shows? Also, what seemed to be evident is the way that Thunderbolts did, how it did in theaters, how it didn't have as much success. Because the thing is this, you would have had to watch some of those shows in order to get who those characters were from Thunderbolts. Like you
for
would have had
sure.
to watch what is it, Falcon and Winter Soldier. You would have had to watch that. You would have had to watch
Hawkeye
Hawkeye, and also dating back to some of the
and
movies for like way what is it, Ant-Man and the Wasp. You would have had to watch that like 8 years ago. Yeah, but
and
that's not a
Black Widow.
show. But I'm saying
Yeah.
like to know what was going on in Thunderbolts, to be familiar
Mm-hmm.
with the characters, you would have
Mm-hmm.
had to remember Ant-Man and the Wasp that came out like
Yep.
before Endgame.
Yep.
So years ago, and then also
2018, I
with
believe.
2018.
Yep. 2018 was Ant Man. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have had to remember from 7 years ago for characters from Ant-Man and the Wasp, for the Ghost character, and then you would have had to seen Black Widow to know about Taskmaster, and then
Taskmaster and
Yelena as
Elena.
well.
Yep. Yeah.
And then also, what is it? Red Guardian. You would have had to watch Scarlet
Black Widow. Yep.
Black Widow. Did I
Yep.
say Scarlet Widow?
No, you said Black Widow the first time.
I said Black Widow.
Yeah, you good. You good.
I'm thinking Scarlett Johansson, but then there's Scarlet Witch and
Yeah.
Black
Yeah,
Widow.
it happens. I do it all the time, bro. I do it all the time. Trust me.
But I think that was the issue in as far as like Thunderbolts being successful. You would have had to just been connected with the shows and some of the movies that we've seen years ago in order to
Yeah.
really know what's going on.
And the thing that sucks is the Thunderbolts was a good movie. It was
Yeah.
a good movie. It really was. It was a great movie. It was one of the better Marvel movies to come out in a while. And I think Brave New World, Captain America: Brave New World suffered from rewrites and reshoots and the writer strike. So I think that suffered from that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a bad movie. I still don't agree with people calling it terrible. It's just it was just a good Marvel movie. Was it nothing extravagant, but it wasn't that bad. It kind of reminded me. It's not as good as Winter Soldier, but it had the same vibe as Winter Soldier.
It was a movie that had good actors but suffered from bad writing.
Yeah. So yeah, I like Kevin Feige's plan. I like what he has going on or what he projects, but I don't think the TV shows were to blame. I think you still can do 2 to 3 a year. Just
You
do it
think
right.
so?
Do it right, because so you're telling me next year the only TV, because Daredevil season 2 is confirmed. They're wrapping up shooting. So that's the only Marvel TV show coming out next year.
So this is only what Kevin Feige was talking about at
Mhm.
Comic-Con, as far as like that's their plan, is to scale back to about one, whether it be they'll maybe do like a live action and an animated, but for certain they're just going one live action for the most part and trying to focus more on the films, because here's the thing. Kevin Feige was involved with everything during
Mhm.
the Infinity Saga. He was involved with the shows. He was involved with all the movies. But now it's harder for him to be involved with everything when all the shows are coming out.
Yeah. Somebody from the guy from Screen Rant,
Yeah.
right? I forgot his name. I listened to all the videos. Shout out to him. Is it Screen Crush? I think it's Screen Crush. One of them. One of those two
Mm.
channels. I like this point though. Why doesn't Kevin Feige just find somebody to run the television the TV division of the Marvel? Like, Kevin Feige, you don't have to do it all, brother. Like, you can
Yeah.
oversee everything, but hire somebody that you trust, or find somebody that you really trust to run the television part. Like,
That's true. Because there are a
yeah,
lot of projects
yeah,
with multiple writers on it.
yeah.
But like
And
multiple
I like,
people or multiple heads. There's like a lot of people for one project, which there could be conflicting ideas, but as long as they come together as far as like what they want to see, I can see it working out.
yeah, yeah. I get that money, and money's going to influence everything. They did lose money.
Yeah.
They probably need to scale back on the budget a bit, and just focus on telling a story, bro. Like, it don't have to be something crazy. Like, even I'm biased because I enjoyed the shows. I enjoy having more content. I enjoy having more Marvel stuff. So scaling back, it sucks, because that means if one a year is crazy, man. You can at
It's
least do two.
funny.
Like,
It's funny that you mentioned the budget and scaling back and saving money, because that's another thing that looks like for this strategy what they're going towards. They're going back to what they used to do. I know, like, you like to harp on the fact that Marvel started out with using stars that are a lot less known,
mhm.
like not necessarily A-listers, maybe B-listers, or maybe even C-listers, and kind of using them to be the forefront and the face of the MCU. It looks like with
Mhm.
these new phases that are coming up, they're going to go back to doing that. They're going to go back to using younger, fresh talent in order to
Yeah.
push the MCU forward. So now they could scale back on the budget and not pay these A-list celebrities. They could pay like the lower list celebrities in order
Just
to save
up and
money.
coming.
And
Up and coming.
yeah, up. Yep, you're right. Up and coming, and use them to kind of push forward the MC face of the MCU. That way, they could really get into the character and bring the character to life in the vision of what they want to do for this new strategy.
Yeah, I like the idea, especially for the X-Men. It makes
Yeah,
sense, because you cannot pay a bunch of A-list celebrities to be basically the X-Men is a team up film. It's a group. It's a team. So you don't want to do that. So it makes sense to do that for the X-Men. I totally agree. That's why I was like, I don't know if Hugh Jackman is going to be Wolverine after Secret Wars. I really don't think he should. I think we need to end that, bro. Like, I'm standing firm on that. But for certain characters, I think you should, you know, get somebody that is a little bit more known or proven, like Desmond Idris for Black Panther. That makes sense. He's not like a superstar, but he's having a proven track record. He can lead a movie, and it seems like that. It seems like going forward. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. Before Chadwick Boseman passed, Black Panther was supposed to be the main guy leading the multiverse saga. He
mm,
was supposed to be the main person, kind of like how Tony and Cap led the Infinity Saga. That's what T'Challa was supposed to be for the multiverse saga, but Chadwick Boseman passed and things had to change, and that's kind of why things were all over the place, because they didn't have that person or that character who was the lead, like in the front, leading everybody and making everything else make sense. But I think they're going to get back to that after Secret Wars, and I think T'Challa's going to be one of those characters
so
leading.
what supposedly supposed to happen after Secret Wars is the soft. Well, I guess I don't know. You could say soft hard, whatever reboot of the MCU, and they're bringing back
Mhm.
some of the main characters. They're bringing back Captain America. They're bringing back Iron Man. They're just recasting them,
Yeah, different.
and
Yeah.
they're getting back to what the main characters and pushing these characters forward. And with this reboot, and honestly, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and I
Because
think
there's only so much you could do with newer characters, and we want to see the foundational characters.
yeah, Marvel pretty much owns all their characters now except Spider-Man.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so they because Marvel is not Marvel without the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. So and they're not Marvel without Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four. Like this is not Marvel. That is Marvel. But
Yep.
Iron Man has become more prominent. Captain America has become more prominent today due to the MCU. They weren't like characters that people will go out their way for 20 years ago. I can't even say that. Yeah, about 20 years ago. But yeah, and we don't need to see them right away. Let's see the X-Men. Like let them take over, do their thing, focus on the X-Men, focus on Black Panther, and you can bring back Cap and Tony eventually. I feel like it doesn't have to be right away. I think we can take some time, give it some years. Let focus on because the X-Men are going to be the main focus going forward, and
Yep.
we're still going to have the Fantastic Four, and Black Panther is going to be a big part going forward as well. So we're going to get those new characters eventually. I just feel like they won't focus on them. We're not going to get a new Iron Man movie anytime soon.
So the X Men are supposed to be the focal point for the next couple of phases, like
Yeah.
mutants in general, and using new because, like you were saying, the X Men mainly focus on like younger talent because the X Men are young. They're young. That's what they are. They're young
Mhm.
adolescents trying to figure out their way, trying to figure out their powers and where they belong in the world. So that's
Mhm.
what the focus is going to be. They don't know if they're doing something like probably like the Mutant Saga, as far as like having an academy for the X Men, something like that. But it's gonna go towards more focus on them. That way, you could have because we have all these characters in the stories. And like you said, what is Marvel without the X Men? What is Marvel without the Fantastic Four, Spider Man? So that's mainly what they're gonna focus on younger
Mhm.
versions of these characters.
Yeah, and we spent the last 20 years focusing on Iron Man and Cap. Let's we don't. I don't want to just see that right away again. We just we
Just
just got
so
rid of them. So we don't. I feel like that's something down the line. I think fans are just overthinking it. And when a lot of going online reading what people are saying, I think people are just overthinking it, man. Like there's going to be a new Tony, there's going to be a new Cap. I
yeah.
kind of feel bad for Anthony Mackie. He didn't really get a lot of time. Well, this is something I thought about. Technically, Chris Evans or Steve Rogers, he was only Steve Rogers for 2011 to 2019, 8 years, right?
Okay.
Sam Wilson has been Captain America from 2019 and is going to be Captain America through 2027. That's 8 years, right?
Yeah, about the
Isn't
same
that
time period.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it. So he's going to have 8 years of Cap. So a lot of people, and I'm with them, saying that they don't feel like Sam got his full shine as Captain America. But by the time Secret Wars comes around, he's going to be Captain America just as long as Chris Evans was Steve Rogers. So that's crazy to think about, but it's the reality of things. So yeah, I feel bad for Anthony Mackie because I think he should have got more shine as Captain America, but they're going to reset everything, brother.